is for the final slot. It is definitely going to be a battle of tactics between the two respective technical teams, a real litmus, if I am to put it in that way, test for the Brazilian technician Roberto Oliveira, who is in charge of Vipers Sports Club and in his very first competitive game for the Venoms, and Police FC's Abdallah Mobiru, a known fanatic of free passing football. The semi-final will actually be happening on Tuesday, the 21st September, as Police will be entertaining Vipers at 3:30 p.m. East African Standard Time, and the second semi-final will take place on Thursday, 23rd September, as Bull FC will entertain Express FC at the same time, 3:30 p.m. Now, the final will actually be played on Sunday, 26th September, as the winner of semi-final 1 will definitely take on semi-final 2. As we'll definitely be saying, that would actually be, the venue will be at the FUFA Technical Stadium in Njeru, Boyikwe District, as the local football is back after the second nationwide lockdown when Police FC faced Vipers in the first semi-final clash for the 2021 Stanbic Bank Uganda Cup at the FUFA Technical Stadium in Njeru on Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. Before the lockdown, all had progressed well, and the tournament, which had been played since 1971, had reached the semi-final phase. But the rustiness of the teams, the rustiness of the teams of the prolonged inactivity, the two teams are ready for the face-off owing to the pre-match press conference held on Monday, 20th September 2021 at the FUFA House in Mengo. Police was represented by the head coach Abdallah Mobiru, and Vipers had their assistant coach Marcelo Cardoso in attendance. To make it this far, Police eliminated Wakiso Giants as Vipers dumped out UPDF over the two legs during the quarterfinals. The second semi-finals between the reigning league champions Express and Bull will be played on Thursday, 23rd September at the same venue. Kickoff for the two matches is at 3:30 p.m. with the national broadcaster, and will definitely be showing that particular games live ahead of Sunday's finale. It will be a battle of tactics, like we did mention, and we'll wait and see what does the Brazilian Oliveira have to put on board for Vipers as his first, that is Mr. Roberto Oliveira, who is now the new head coach for Vipers. What is his way of playing? That is one of the things that most of the Ugandans are excited to see, and most of the Venoms fans are actually excited to see. How is he going to fare for the Venoms? How are the team going to be aligned, and how will he actually fare ahead of the 2021-2022 Uganda Premier League season? That is more in regards to the Stanbic Uganda Cup. And now moving on, Sports Club Villa have unveiled Greek coach Petros Kokaras. Of course, Kokaras was one of the news that we had last week in regards to the sports business updates. We had to say that Sports Club Villa were waiting for coach Petros Kokaras to actually arrive in the country. Now, the UEFA licensed certified coach Petros Kokaras is officially being unveiled at Sports Club Villa, and the special Sports Club Villa project is about rebuilding the club's legacy, reawakening the farm roots, and establishing the right structures to drive the Jogo forward. Overlooking the newly constructed Arena Mall in Zambia, Kampala is the Villa Park, the traditional training home for Uganda's most successful football entity in Sports Club Villa, or the Jogos. At Villa Park, something special is brewing. It is known as Villa Water brand, nor the country's best trademark beer, now special. And rather, it is the Special Sports Club Villa project of rebuilding the club's legacy, with reawakening the farm roots and establishing the rightful structures to drive Jogo back to winning ways. Part of this particular Villa project entails reorganizing the administrative, technical, playing and fans docket, starting with the 2021-2022 season. The 16-time Uganda Premier League champions officially unveiled Greek national Petros Kokaras as head coach for the next years of their headquarters, situated along 6th Street in Industrial Area, Kampala, on Monday, September 20th, 2021. The UEFA A diploma holder, who also is a member of the FA Licensed Coaches Club, graduated from the University of Greenwich with bachelor's in sports science and a master's in strength and conditioning. He's the first assistant coach. Magera expressed gratitude to serve under Jogos for the second time, and this is the second time that he's actually working at Sports Club Villa. That is according to Coach Magera. And of course, as Vipers also have a new coach in there, Sports Club Villa have a Greek coach at the helm of their club. So you could definitely see the teams are actually looking for ways of competing favorably as we head into the new season of the 2021-2022 Uganda Premier League season. And we do wait and see how are these coaches going to actually cope up with the Ugandan football, because Ugandan football has actually been quite difficult for the foreign coaches, and most of them have actually found a very big challenge in adapting to that, because Sports Club Villa, of course, have already had the country is actually the club that has actually had more of the foreign coaches, with the current Uganda Cranes coach Milton Michos Rudjovic having been among those coaches that have actually enjoyed some good success with Sports Club Villa. So we wait and we see whether the Greek has something to put. What does he come with from Rome? Does he come with the Greek gods from Rome to actually put something on ground for Sports Club Villa? We shall definitely wait and attest to that with more of this in regards to sports business here, as we'll be giving you more updates and keeping you up to speed in regards to sports. Still with the Ugandan football, however, we head to the next one, as Buikwe District Football Association and Diana Foundation have signed a 5-year pact. And under the Diana Foundation, Mutansingwa becomes the official sponsor of the District Football Associations for the next 5 years to a tune of 50 million Ugandan shillings. The Honorable Diana Mutasingwa Nakunda Kajenyi, the State Minister in Office of the Vice President, and also the Buyikwe woman, Member of Parliament, offered 50 million Ugandan shillings to the Buyikwe District Football Associations under the Diana Foundation. Mutansingwa became the official sponsor of the District Football Associations for the next 5 years, and that means with a tune of 50 million Ugandan shillings every year, she will actually be inputting 10 million Ugandan shillings into the district, the Buyikwe District Football Association. Now, Buyikwe, where I actually come from, by the way, that is where my grassroots are, and I'll definitely say this is a good one to see that the involvement from the grassroots is being developed in that particular brigade. This happened in Buyikwe District Headquarters during the meeting of the club officials, and in the same vein, Mutansingwa was named as the Buyikwe District Football Association brand ambassador in the country, and she lauded the football family for giving her chance to work with Buyikwe District Football Association. She furthermore promised to work with them and has already commenced to solicit for funding from the companies within the district. Sports and football in general is a way of helping the players improve their welfare and their health. We want to help the development of the talents in the region as well as those in Buyikwe, from local aspects to the international scene. The youth should avoid being idle and have discipline. Therefore, sportsmen should resist from drugs, and she says she will continue to support football development in Buyikwe District, where she is the woman MP, as an ambassador, and lobby for the district at all times, as she noted. And you could clearly see that this particular one is going to be helpful, because one of the key aspects that we want in the sporting world in Uganda is to see that we have finances that are going to be to actually help in the building of the structures in the different sports segments. So clearly this would give room for advancement in terms of the technology and what we do expect in regards to that. And now, as we're winding up with our local sports business, Al Marik did edge Express FC as the Red Eagles did bow out of the CAF Champions League on Sunday. Now, Sudanese Al Marik edged Express FC at a 1-0 after that second half goal coming in at the Al Abuyadi Shikan Castle Stadium in Obeid City. The result means that the Ugandan side bore out of the away goals rule after a 2-2 aggregate over the two legs. Now, Al Marik qualify after a 2-2 draw on aggregate on away goals rule, having lost to Express FC a week before, on a 2-1 defeat, and that was on a 2-1 defeat at the St. Mary's Stadium in Chitende. It is actually the end of the road for the Ugandan representatives in the CAF Champions League, Express FC or Omukwano Gwabanji, the Red Eagles. The Red Eagles had triumphed 2-1 in the first leg, played at the St. Mary's Stadium, Chitende. That was last week, as Eric Kabare and Martin Kiza had scored for Express during the first leg, while Bakri and El Gadi got the consolation for Al Marik. That meant a lot for the South Sudanese. And that is for the Sudanese, not the South Sudanese. Express is expected to return home on to actually prepare for the Stanbic Uganda Cup semi-final against Bull FC that will be played on Thursday, the 23rd of September 2021. El Merrick did qualify for the first round and will face Zambia's Zanaco in that particular second round of the preliminary round to see who will actually qualify for the group stages of the CAF Champions League 2021. Now, let's talk about the money. What has Express FC actually missed in regards to the money that comes to it? We actually mentioned of the fact that when Express won the Sekafa Kagame Championship in Dar es Salaam, they actually walked away with $30,000. But what did they miss in regards to the money that comes to the CAF Champions League? Now, the CAF Champions League trophy winners actually walk away with a prize money of $2.5 million, while the runners-up collect $1.25 million. The champions will have a place in the 2021 CAF Super Cup, where they will face the winners of the 2020-2021. Now let us look at the CAF Champions League winners prize money and what we do expect from the group stages into the final. First, the champions walk away with $2.5 million. That is a very good amount of money, because when Express won just 30,000 US dollars, it was a whooping amount. Now imagine if they won the championship, they walk away with $2.5 million US dollars. The runners-up actually walk away with $1.25 million US dollars. That is for the runners-up. All the people who have actually made it to the finals and have lost, that is the team that loses to the final, that is the runners-up. The semi-finalists, if a team that makes up to the semi-finals walks away with $875,000 US dollars, with the total prize fund roughly to 1.170, that is 1.75 million pound, which is going to be distributed to make 875,000 for every team onto the semi-final. The quarterfinals, actually every quarterfinalist walks away with $650,000 US dollars in that regard for just making it to the quarterfinals. So we are clearly looking at how these teams are going to benefit and what Express FC has missed. If we look into the third in group stages, if I told you RA actually made it to the group stages and remained third in the group, they would walk away with $550,000 US dollars, total prize fund of $2.2 million. Fourth in the group stages, that meant the team would walk away with $500,000 US dollars in that particular aspect. And the CAF Champions League prize money is actually, if we are to actually throw back, it's when we look at the 2019 was 12. In 2019, the prize money was $12.5 million. Now, before 2021, the prize money in the CAF Champions League, that is between the period of 1995 to 2008. Let's have a look at this. In 1997, CAF introduced prize money for the 8 participants in group stage for the first time in a club competition in Africa. And the champions would walk away back then with $1.5 million, while the runners-up would walk away with $750,000. The semi-finalists would walk away with $427,500. While in third in group stages would walk away with $261,250 US dollars. Fourth in group stages would walk away with $190,000 US dollars. That was between the period of 1997 to 2008. Now from 2009, the CAF furthermore had increased the prize money to be shared between the top 8 clubs as follows, as the champions first of all remained with $1.5 million, runners-up $1 million, semi-finalists $700,000, third in group stages $500,000 US dollars. Meanwhile, fourth in group stages would walk away with $400,000 US dollars. But as of now, as we speak, the champion walks away with $2.5 million US dollars. That is quite a very big amount, as the runners-up, or the one who has lost out on the final, walks away with $1.25 million. Let's head to the international scene to check out what is making headlines in regards to the business. Let's start with women's African volleyball, as Cameroon have retained title as Rwanda disqualified. Cameroon did retain their women's African volleyball title after beating Kenya by 3-1 in Rwanda on Sunday. The two finalists have also qualified for next year's World Championships to be hosted in Poland and the Netherlands. This year's tournament was hit by controversy on the morning of the final when host Rwanda were disqualified for actually fielding eligible players. The issue had caused the championship to be paused on Thursday as organizers investigated complaints from the Nigeria and Morocco federations after both sides had lost to Rwanda. When the tournament resumed on Sunday, it was without Rwanda, who had been due to play in the semi-final following that particular one. And if you were to follow up on if we are to actually follow up on that particular story, after disqualification, Rwanda's Ministry of Sports announced they would be looking into the decision from the International Volleyball Federation as Morocco clinched the third place in regards to the final, and would see that so Rwanda actually losing out in regards to that particular tournament for actually fielding and eligible players in that particular aspect. And all right, now moving on, still with the international scene, meanwhile, let's take a look at the 20 highest paid goalkeepers in the Premier League for the 2021-2022 season. And of course, we will definitely have been looking at the teams that have spent more money. Now, let's first of all look at the goalkeepers who are earning more, because most of the situation is we are looking at first of all, the keepers that are always making first choice when it comes to their different teams. These are the keepers that are always being considered as the number one for their different teams, or let me say the Mr. Safe Hands for their different teams. Alisson Becker is arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. Currently in the Premier League, he's arguably one of the best, actually, and he has been performing at an extraordinary high level since signing for the Reds. The Reds rewarded him for his brilliance last month by handing him a new 6-year contract with the Reds, and he's actually coming up into the top 5 goalkeepers. But now let us go into the top 20 goalkeepers, and these are coming in from each 10 keepers that are actually playing their way into the team. We start from number 20, Martin Dubravka, who's actually earning 380,000 per week from Newcastle. Darren Radulov earning 40,385 per week, and Jack Butland 440,000 per week. Now that we have Zach Steffen at number 17. The one on your screen is none other than Emiliano Martinez, earning 47,000 per week in Aston Villa. He was formerly a goalkeeper with Arsenal. That is at number 17. Emiliano Martinez, 47,000 per week. Then at number 13 we have Adrian, earning 58,000 per week. He's the second goalkeeper for Liverpool. He's actually behind Alisson Becker. At number 12, we have Lucas Fabianski, who is earning 65,000 per week with West Ham. Number 11, Fraser Foster, 70,000 per week. Hugo Lloris is actually number 9, earning 100,000 per week with Tottenham. Dean Henderson, second choice goalkeeper at Manchester United, earning 100,000 per week. Bernard Leno, first choice goalkeeper at Arsenal, earning 100,000 per week. He's actually having issues with the fact that Aaron Ramsdale is on form and he may actually lose out in that particular sport. Jordan Pickford with Everton is actually earning 100,000 per week. Ederson Moraes of Manchester City is earning 100,000 per week. Kasper Schmeichel comes in at number 4, earning 130,000 per week. Kasper Schmeichel is actually playing with Leicester City, the current captain of Leicester, earning 130,000 per week. Alisson Becker, with his new 6-year contract with Liverpool, is earning 150,000 weekly in terms of 150,000 pounds per week with his new contract with Liverpool. At number 2, we have Kepa Arrizabalaga, who is actually earning 155,000 per week. He's the second choice to Eduardo Mendy at Chelsea. And at number 1, we have David De Gea, who had a superb performance for Manchester United with their win at London Stadium when they were actually winning 2-1 against West Ham. He's actually number 1 with 375,000 per week. So he's actually earning more than all the goalkeepers here, if you were to look at that. But if we are to just throw back a little, we have almost 5 goalkeepers. We have Hugo Lloris, Dean Henderson, Bernard Leno, Jordan Pickford, and Ederson Moraes, all earning 100,000 pounds weekly in terms of their salary or in terms of their wages. De Gea is comfortably the highest paid goalkeeper in the Premier League, as the Spaniard was once unquestionably the best goalkeeper in England, but he has struggled in recent years. Kepa is the second highest paid goalkeeper in the Premier League, who is also a Spaniard, and he's no longer first choice at Chelsea. more because he's more often on the bench, but this doesn't mean he's not earning his good money. And he's second on the spot when it comes to getting good amounts of money. And elsewhere, we have Alisson, who is a better goalkeeper by far in terms of these two goalkeepers, but he's the third in terms of earning money. Elsewhere, Dean Henderson of Manchester is earning 100,000 per week, meaning United have two of the 5 highest earning goalkeepers in the league. While Adrian is now Liverpool's third choice goalkeeper, but earns more than Martinez and Eduardo Mendy. So you could see most of the clubs are paying more money to their goalkeepers, while others are not paying more money to their goalkeepers. So in the English Premier League, we even have players like David De Gea, who is actually earning more money than some bigger footballers in the Premier League currently now. So you could definitely see and agree with me that most of the teams are inputting a lot of money to their goalkeepers. That is why David De Gea is always into the spotlight when he's not performing, because 375,000 weekly is not that amount of money that you should joke around with in regards to that. And Kepa Arrizabalaga at 155,000 pounds is actor goalkeeper, earning a lot of money. And just so you remember, he's currently the most expensive goalkeeper in the Premier League, having been brought from Atletico Bilbao 2 years back by Chelsea. So which clearly shows you that he's worth, first of all, when he was brought on board, he actually asked for huge amounts of money. But according to the way he's performing, he lost out his number one spot to Eduardo Mendy, who is now favored as who is currently one of the best Premier League goalkeepers of the time, regardless of the fact that he's not being paid as much as Kepa Arrizabalaga is earning. And of course, out of those have been the top 20 most paid Premier League goalkeepers, and that is bringing us to the end of our sports business today. But because obviously we shall keep on giving you updates from the top most paid defenders to the top most paid midfielders to the top most paid coaches in the Premier League, because that is definitely what we do here on Sports Business. Just a quick one, just to remind you, David De Gea is the number one. Number 2, we have Kepa Arrizabalaga. Number 3, we have Alisson Becker coming in there. Number 4, we have Kasper Schmeichel, if we are to look at those goalkeepers who are being paid. The others following up is Ederson Moraes earning 100,000, Bernard Leno 100,000 pounds. We have Dean Henderson 100,000 pounds. Hugo Lloris also falling in at number 5, earning the same amount of money. And that brings us to the end of our sports business. Thank you for joining in into this particular segment of where we take you through sports and the business that is in sport. But meanwhile, Smart means business